We here, man. It's Wild 94.1, wild941.com. Joey Franchise here with the hometown kid himself who had one hell of a year. I mean, damn, best kick returner, punt returner in the game right now.
You know
Tampa's own. Ray McCloud's here hanging out. Yo, glad you could finally make it up here, dog.
Glad I can finally make it, man.
I know.
It's been a long time coming. Been talking about it.
And for sure.
Last year sometime.
Yeah, we've been trying to make this thing happen too. He's got Isaac Ronte in here as well. Artist that you have on your label as well. We're going to get into in a little bit. Now, you being from the city, I mean, you play ball at Sickles. I mean, you were kind of like on that Tom Brady wave with a 6th round, but you were one of those gems, and you showed it off this year. Especially with the Steelers and, being, playing for Buffalo and kind of having an up and down situation with that and finally finding a home in Pittsburgh where they trusted you and they believed in you. And when things got kind of crazy with the whole Juju stuff, you stepped in and you showed out you could do way more than what you was already there to do. So, I mean, tell me what this season was like and different from any other.
This year, for me, it was more preparation, opportunity. It's been a long time coming in that area too. Just for me, coming in 6th round, going to Buffalo. Then I went to practice squad. I went to the Panthers for 8 games, and my story, I think it speaks of success is a grind. So not everything is overnight. You gotta be patient and work while you wait, and that's in anything. You know what I'm saying? You work while you wait. So for me, that's what it really. I looked every day I went in there. It was like the rent was due every day. So
yeah,
that's what for me it was.
I respect that a lot, man, and it showed too. I think that play that got y'all into the playoffs is kind of like that moment, that testament, like, yo, Ray's here, and you came in through big clutch gene. Break it down to me a little bit, like what that play was like, man. Like that, me being a homie of yours, like I was out my seat, like, yo, I can't believe that just happened. Like that was a big moment for you. Like I felt that. I can only imagine how you felt. Like what was that moment for you like? Like how was that play drawn? Was it meant to go to you? Like break it down.
Honestly felt bigger on the sideline than it did during the game, just because it was like we were so locked in and getting down there, getting us in field goal position. And I think 2 plays before that I dropped a little pass from Ben on an over route. Whether it was my drop or a low ball, I take the bullet. The receivers take the bullet all the time. So for me, it's a ball. It hit both my hands, so I should have caught it. And then 2 plays later, Ben never hesitated from me. He had trusted me, and 4th and 8 came down and I made that play, and it was just, you felt the energy in the stadium. And every stadium we play in, you see yellow towels. Whether the other team yellow or not, you're going to see yellow towels. Like, Steelers fans are going to rock out all the time.
They everywhere.
And, when the play was made, it felt like a home game. And it was like, damn, like, then the field goal, we took a knee and ran the ball here and there, took a knee. And then we put the icing on the cake with Chris Balls, and it was like, yeah, we now we gotta do the job. And then Chiefs game came, and you just got to execute better.
Yeah, but it was cool to kind of extend that season, especially for it being like Ben's last year. I mean, just being a spectator, just watching that, like, that was huge. Especially, I mean, how's that feel for you too? Like, I mean, you're playing with a Hall of Famer. You're catching a ball that actually extends his career. At least into the postseason to see what happens. And, you're to thank for that. You know what I mean? Yeah. In a sense, you know what I mean? Like, being part of that.
And to be honest, going into the Steelers, everybody got their opinion on Ben until you actually get to know him. You know what I'm saying? And me and Ben actually got closer this past year. When I started playing a little bit more, we started having conversations about family, how he named his son after him, and all those off the field stuff. And he actually, like, just being around him, his winner mentality, his winner edge is just different. Like, he do whatever it take, and playing with a quarterback like that, you probably never get that again.
Right.
And the arm talent he has, his stats and production for the last 2 decades speak for itself. So you can never ask for a better quarterback than that. I was blessed to be part of his career.
Yeah, that's big, man. Like, especially being with him on that last, that last, tail end of his career, and really get those gems and those that knowledge from him as a player and as a man, especially you, because you just welcomed a newborn baby into the world too. So congratulations on that.
You too.
So congrats. What's next? Real quick, staying on the Steelers topic, what's next? Like, if the front office is like, if they gave you the power and was like, hey, Ray, who should we get next? Who should we get at quarterback? What should we do? Should we go draft? You know, you got Aaron sitting out there, Deshaun Watson out there, Garoppolo, like all the rumors. You know the rumors.
You know I'm gonna say D-Watt.
There you yo,
Deshaun Watson, of course. And not because I played college with him, just type of. Let me just say NFL. His NFL work speak for itself, man. He's not always had the best defense, best team, but he's won.
Yeah.
His stats.
You were there with him when he went.
He's top 2. And then going back to college when I played with him, I done been in huddles with him when we're down or up. It's always the same. It's never changing. The energy's always up, and the mentality of winning is always there, whether we down or up. And we done been in hard-fought games. I think I lost 2 with him. National championship in the year we lost to Pitt. So yeah, it was never no doubt of like let's go win it. I mean, you had a little 2 losses, but other than that, it was no doubt we always gonna be winners. Like, you know what I'm saying? So D-Watt, of course.
D-Watt for sure, man. That's gonna be interesting in the offseason to see how that plays out, man. For real. One thing I've noticed too in the NFL, which is really cool, I feel like a lot of players have gotten, you know, like a lot of their personalities been out. Like you see in the NBA, guys like, you know, LeBron have, you know, had a voice, have been that personality and a brand of themselves. And it's cool that a lot of the NFL guys are doing it. You, in a way, you know, you've involved yourself or integrated yourself more in music, and you've actually signed artists. You have Isaac Ronte, who's actually right with us right now from the city, dope R&B artist. So tell me what it was like, kind of piecing that together and kind of finding your niche with using the NFL, using your talent as like that stepping stool to kind of do what you want to do.
Oof. To be honest, it's something I grew into. I mean, Eli, who you met, or Fame, who you met before, we did this. He's someone I looked up to as a young boy. When my dad was in the music business, had his artists, and they all was in the house, in the studio, at the basement, just a big old $2 million studio. They down there working, 8 of them, 6 of them, whoever they're working, 24/7. So I was always around it, and I'm not gonna lie. When I got to, I'm gonna say college, it was kind of looked at. Oh, he don't love football. He not focused on that. Oh, he worried about dressing, because I'm always dressing wherever I go.
Oh yeah, the drip was crazy this year. Yeah, I'm gonna say it was disrespectful.
It's a first impression. It's kind of an everything thing. Like there's just anytime you see someone, you know, you go to the grocery store, you might see someone. And my dad told me at a young age, from football, I lay my clothes out before the game, every game, like from helmet to mouthpiece to detail. You know what
did Deion say a long time ago? Like if you ain't looking good, you ain't playing good.
Play good.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. And so my first 2 years of struggle, just because I was always into music. That's when me kind of started this in college, but it carried off to the league, and I think that messed with my head a little bit, because it was, change who you are, you're never gonna make it in the league. And I kind of was doing so, and that wasn't working at all for me, and it just was, I think, triggering me mentally, like kept me quiet in a bottle, and I think no man should be kept in a bottle, right? Because that's how you mental, and the mental is something that you really got to focus on more than the physical part of football. I think that's where people mistake life itself, is everything's mental, and when I got the Steelers, it was just like, I think Lil Baby song came out. I know how I feel. And it's called How You Feel, but I feel a certain lyric he said, and I put it on there, and it instantly hit me with Coach Tomlin, like, and it was like Coach really felt me, like from day one when I met him. I know you is. I know you're down there. So just Park Mall down there. He started naming all these Carver City. Like, I'm like, but I forgot he was at the Bucks for a few years, and he knew a lot of mutual people I knew, and it was just like, it felt so good for someone to actually like feel me for who I am, you know, understand me, you know what I'm saying? And that's when I kind of got established the last 2 years, and me and Ike was like, man, it's time to meet Ike and my dad and blah, Fame, our team, whole team, and just like, let's lock in now. You got established, now we could start working on that, because I didn't want to do nothing if it didn't involve football for the longest, because people were like, oh, he don't love football, and that bothered me. Like, don't tell me I don't love something that I die for, you know what I'm saying? And now it's like I'm getting established and trying to establish this now off the ground. We got farther than most people got in a few years. We working, so. I
see you guys. You know, you guys were just doing recent performances, making college runs and stuff like that. So I want to talk to Isaac real quick. We just passed him the mic. Tell me, so what, you know, what's it like? You got your homie in your corner who believes in you, who really wants to take this thing to the next level. You got the voice, you got the talent to make it happen. Do you feel a sense of pressure the same way like maybe he feels some pressure as far as like when he steps on the field? Like, how do you feel on the music aspect of it?
I mean, I really don't feel pressure, but you know what I'm saying? He's always been on my head since high school because I always used to sing and stuff like that. But I played football too. I played college football, so it's like I don't really want to like be a singing football player, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So he's been on my neck since high school, and then college. Right after I graduated, he was like, "We're gonna take this shit serious." So, and we started taking it serious.
That's cool. So when did you know that, like, you know, all right, you playing college ball, that you wanted to transition and do the music thing? Like, at what point did that like kind of click in your head?
Probably like the last semester of football when I knew it was like I knew I can still make it in football if I kept going. But I just started finding that love for music, and I just started going to the studio more on the weekends and stuff when I had free time, and it clicked.
That's cool. And what were some of those inspirations coming up? Like, what were you coming up listening to? What kind of, you know, helped inspire the sound?
Coming up, I listened to a lot of different type of music, but late, like when I was in college, I listened to Major 9 was a real, you know what I'm saying, inspiration. A Boogie, you know, I gotta say him because, you know, we argue that, you know what I'm saying, but I think A Boogie really talented. So yeah, A Major 9 and A Boogie probably.
That's cool. And you know, with being on the Legend, which is Legend Tribe, so when did that collective come about? Was that your idea? Did you guys come sit together and come up with the name, the idea? Where'd the idea come from?
You want to answer it? Go ahead.
My older brother, Anton McCloud, he was locked up for 2 years and whatever, and he had Life of a Legend. And I used to like be in class. I played with. We always Life of a Legend. You know, so we had clothes, beanies, everything of it. And when he kind of went away a little bit, we was like, Legend Tribe kind of sound like Tribe. It was like 20. It used to be like 20 of us that's in school, and all the females be like L's in the hallway.
That's lit.
We were throwing parties and this and that in high school, and then I threw a big party in college. And everybody had Legend Tribe shirts on, and we was like,
Tatted on.
I
actually had artists come up there, move up there at the time. People I grew up with playing ball with, they moved. They was doing the music, but they kind of was on their own little wave. And I'm like, bro, like in our circle, we got people that has the talent to be better than them, like better than whoever out right now.
Yeah. I
was talking about him. I got a young one, just raw talent. Like
the one you were just sharing music with me for the recently.
He here right now. J300. One of the best things I've ever seen. I've been around it since I've been legit, like watching, like I said, fame.
Yeah.
You know? And
he's right over here, right?
Yeah.
Oh, you can bring him up in the camera. I mean, I know we're going to clog the camera, but it's all good.
I just been
having some fun with it.
Since like 7th, 8th grade, we actually clicked, and it was just like, I seen it a little bit in like just how people loved him and I just observed and watched from afar and watch people just rush him, girls, friends, just in general.
Yeah.
How he led, you know what I'm saying? And it was like, and I'm like, he got it. He got the it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Then I heard his music, I heard it over and over. I'm like, oh, he got it for real. And it was just like, nah, let's keep him out the streets. Let's keep him locked in. Know that it's more than just West Tampa. It's more than just Tampa itself. You go have whatever you want. Give your mama, your little brother. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I just been being a mentor in his field. You know what I'm saying? In that arena, and then the Legend Tribe itself, we just like, man, we could build this dynasty from the ground up. We don't need nobody to, you know what I'm saying? No, we done met with QC and Rock Nation, whoever you name, we done met with them in a heartbeat. We keep it on the tables and stuff, but that's just how it is.
You out here doing you know, Diddy moves and
don't say it. Like you gonna make him giggle. You gonna make him giggle over there. Nah,
but the cool thing is too is like the team is strong and y'all making all the right moves and y'all, you know, y'all not out here, you know, you guys are working under the table, kind of make so you got like the big push when everything does fall in place.
And I think you build it from the ground up, and that foundation, that base, them roots is right.
Yeah.
Man, you build oak tree, you build whatever tree you want to.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's gonna last forever. Them the ones that stand tall forever. So
I want to get Jay the mic as well. Kind of ask him real quick. You know, what's it like? You know, having a guy like Ray who's trying to, you know, elevate this label, looks at you, wants to take you out of a certain situation and kind of elevate that talent that he knew that you had from jump. So just tell me what it is, like just kind of having him around and the battery y'all put in each other's back as far as putting the music together.
Honestly, I ain't gonna cap. It's a blessing because, you know, not a lot of young people in the city get this chance, you feel me? And he helping me make a way for me and my family, you feel me? And I appreciate that, no doubt.
No doubt. And when did you start rapping? Like, what age that it was like the vibes was hitting?
Honestly, I've been rapping since, you feel me, since a shorty, but I ain't never really take it serious, you feel me? But really, the age I started taking it serious probably like 12, 11.
Okay.
Made my first song, you know. City was, you know, they were rocking with it, so I just kept going.
It's good. I reposted it because I know he put me on recently. And, you know, I'm seeing, like, you know, when I'm going to your page and I'm seeing the likes on the record, you know, I'm seeing guys like Juju and you see other big names popping up. Like, is that, like, kind of surreal to you? Like, okay, these guys is tapped in. You know, Juju be doing the dances and shit.
Yeah.
So it's like,
hey, okay, it feel like a dream. Like, it don't even be feeling real sometimes. So, I don't know. Yeah.
That's cool, man. Well, I appreciate it. Let's see, Ray. You know, having this label situation going on, you're already basically setting up the foundation for, you know, when that time comes to, you know, make the move outside of football. And so it's having the record label, putting the team in, obviously one of your biggest, like, dreams going forward.
My biggest dream is being in the movie world.
Movies?
That's writing movies. Like, they write music. I love writing movies. Like, I'm learning how to write scripts right now.
Yeah.
And that's where Letting Trouble also is just entertainment business as a whole. And that's when you put the music into the movies. You doing all that. That's the place I want to be in. But of course, this is my second passion itself. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like I said, he ain't got a tat on for a reason. I was in class writing on my hand for no reason. Like that's blood, sweat, and tears. So of course, this second passion. Of course, it's football. But after football,
yeah,
this is what I put my blood into. So
respect. You was just in LA for all the festivities last week.
Yes, sir.
Did you rub elbows with? I know you was with like Usher. Did you guys have any conversations, anything like that? Like, hey, you know, I got music. How do those conversations actually work when it's like guys of your stature, like star athletes and like celebrities like that? Like those conversations. How do those conversations not come up like and not be awkward at the same time?
For me, it was awkward only because like I grew up listening to Usher. Like that's what my mom grew up listening to. So it's like it was awkward a little bit, but it was more like damn, like fan this and that. He watched football. He was still his fan. Same thing with Cedric Entertainer. Me and him had some laughs too. When I first ran into him, I was like bottom of top. Anyway, I get it off Johnson Family Reunion. That's a classic. So then we just started talking about he's a big Steelers fan and the movies he had coming up and what he had going on. And I was telling him that was really one of the main reasons I went to LA during the week. I didn't stay for the Super Bowl in the week and all the stuff they had going on. I had a few events to go to, and I had to do my slate reel and acting portfolio and all that. Oh. So that's what I was.
Oh, you came out there prepared with like a whole, I mean.
Yeah, I had. That's why I was out there. As soon as the season was over, I said, let's get on it. Straight business. Up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. From if it's not music, it's entertainment, and then of course it's workout. I always start after the Super Bowl, and that's what I've been doing. Morning workout. Yeah.
Now, does the team go out there too? Y'all get studio time and everything like that? Yeah, that's kind of rub elbows
right now. That's the plans right now in the works. Right now we've been in Atlanta. They've been in New York. I ain't go to New York when they went, but so we've been moving around the East Coast. Now it's time to kind of slide to the West a little bit.
Oh, so you writing scripts? So I'm trying to get my acting shit together too. So you know, if you got a part in there for you know a Puerto Rican cat, you know what I'm saying, in a bodega or some shit.
That's a little Mecca.
Get back to the football thing. I want to ask real quick, like, because a lot of your talent came from receiving the ball, kickoffs, punts, and stuff like that. Does it bother you in a sense that the NFL's kickoff rule is like for them to start at a certain point where it's like you can't return the ball as much when you're getting the kickoff? Because you're probably one of the most electrifying guys, like receiving the ball in that at that position on special teams, where it's like, you know, like guys like Dante Hall who used to, you know.
And if you watch football like that, it's changed day and night. Like it was a little bit easier to run it back. Then you had old lineman back there making wedges. You can't do doubles from the fullback position, which is the wedge, who was like right in front of the kick returner. For people that don't understand, so it's a lot of one-on-one blocks. So if somebody misses an inch of a block, it's easy to make plays. Back then they had to run through linemen. It ain't too much of a missing block, so there's a lot of holes open. But I think if you want to make a play back there, you go. If you catch on the back goal post, if you want to make a play, you got that leeway to do that. Some coaches give their players to do that. Some games, if the coach feel like our offense making plays and we could get out of that, if I dig it in the 10 or the 15, coach, let me get up out of there. Offense is make a play out of it. But this year we wasn't putting as much points as we usually do, so he kind of was 2 yards and then let it go.
Right. Too, also, like, after victories and stuff like that, are you always blasting their music in the locker room, putting everybody
once they dropped their project, I always play his. I think he had one out at the time. I was always playing his music. Note Hub, Super Vulture, and boys rocking to it. Then we started kind of losing. We weren't playing nothing in there. And then we got back on track. We got back on track, so we was playing his music. But I'm always even when I had a little few songs or he had music in college and it wasn't even out, I was playing it off the audio.
Wow.
So
okay.
Always.
That's lit, man. We're very ready. The whole team, man. Legend Trial. I appreciate y'all stopping through. I want to get everybody's socials too, so that make sure everybody, they get a follow and the city tap in. So I'm gonna do it right here with Jay, and then we're gonna go to Isaac.
Yeah, you can follow me on Instagram at J300XX. You feel me? Project got now the gift, streaming all platforms to tap into that new video, 150 Flow.
Already.
You can follow me at _ Isaac Ronte, ISAAC RONTE. And I got a project out right now. I just dropped it Valentine's Day. It's called Cupid, because you played and I didn't.
CEO, McCloud, man. Pittsburgh Steelers, man. Wide receiver. Project on the way. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, we working. Let's do it. Temple.
That's what I like to hear. Putting on for the city, man.
94.1. Yes, sir.
Shout out my man Ray, man. Keep doing your thing, brother, on and off the field. Mad respect. Appreciate everybody for pulling up.
Already.